All right, guys, I did it. I looked into the 110 pages of the lawsuit between Disney and Universal against Midjourney. Welcome everybody to another art topic. If you guys don't know, I actually made a first parter of this topic. If you guys want to check that out, it will be in the link description below. Now, what's the difference between the first video and this video? Well, this one, I'm actually looking at the pages of what Disney and Universal have gave to the courts against Midjourney. So this time, there's no tweet. We're going to the PDF file here. I just realized that PDF file is like a new term in today's age, so I didn't mean it like that. Anyways, let's just begin. So here it is right here. Here it is right here, guys. So as you can see, it's the United States District Court, Central District of California. So obviously, complaint is Disney Enterprises Inc., a Delaware corporation, Marvel Characters, NVIDIA Film, Lucasfilm, 20th Century Fox, as they officially own a lot of Fox properties ever since that merger, I guess you could say, or bought off, and Universal Studios against pretty much, well, Midjourney. So on this first part, it says plaintiff Disney Enterprise Marvel, like it's pretty much all like it's just listing everybody pretty much. But on the introduction, it says for more than 100 years, Disney and Universal have delegated audiences around the world by investing in and fostering American creativity, innovation, and producing some of the greatest motion picture and fictional characters of all time. Midjourney, however, seeks to reap the rewards of the plaintiff's creative investments by selling artificial intelligence (AI) image services. The functions are virtual vending machine generated endless unauthorized copies of Disney's and Universal copyrighted works. By helping itself to plaintiff's copyrighted works and distributed images as soon videos, as we read before, plaintiff incorporated and copied Disney and Universal famous characters without investing a penny into the creation. Midjourney is the quintessential copyright-free writer in bottomless pit of plagiarism. Privacy is privacy, and whether infringement of a video or image is made by AI and other technology does not make any less infringing. Midjourney's conduct misappropriates Disney's and Universal intellectual property and threatens to upend the bedrock and sensitive to U.S. copyright law driven by American leadership in movies, television, and other creative arts. So that's pretty much the introduction. They're like, hey, we created all these characters. It took a long time to create these amazing characters, to put them in the forefront, and to become this big company. And now Midjourney wants to come in and, well, just take, make a bunch of money of somebody else's hard work. And Midjourney just wants to, hey, let me use this and let me put a subscription. Let me make money off of that. And that's it. I developed the program, developed the software that could take a bunch of like, copyright stuff and use it for myself. That's kind of like the feeling like, what is it? It's like, okay, it's like a test, right? Disney and all of them work really hard, study hard to ace the test, while Midjourney is behind it and just taking the answers to use it for themselves. That's how I see it. I don't know if that makes sense, but let's just continue because I have separated. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'll make it to a small one. I have all the tabs that are of all the important parts of this document because again, I don't really extremely the whole thing. But I read most of it, and I kind of like look for like the key parts, because or else this video will be extremely long. So in this part right here, it says particularly actually Midjourney obligates by generative and display a high quality and downloadable image between Disney's copyrighted Darth Vader character. Similarly, if a Midjourney subscriber submits a simple text prompt requesting images of the minions characters in a particular setting or doing a particular action, Midjourney obliges by generating and displaying high quality and downloadable images featuring Universal minions. So in this whole section right here, guys, it breaks down how like generated AI creates these characters from almost 1-to-1, and you could literally copy and paste it and then pretty much reproduce it in some ways if somebody decides to do that. For example, even if it's personal, if somebody wants to create a poster of this, they could actually do it. Just make it 1-to-1. If somebody a personal wants to create, I don't know, let's say a t-shirt, they can actually do it to 1-to-1 because they are actually allowed to download high quality images with using Midjourney. And here's the reason why the lawsuit is kind of like going this far, because it's before taking legal action, plaintiffs asked Midjourney to stop its theft of their intellectual property, including by implementing these simple measures. Instead of stopping its infringement, Midjourney has continued to release new versions of image service, which are, according to Midjourney's founder and CEO, have even higher quality infringing images. These are just few examples of Midjourney's latest infringement plaintiff's copyright characters. As you can see, they have become way more high quality than since it started in 2021. So that's what I was saying. Like, they could easily take these things and make it into products, or even way more than just that, pretty much. But I forgot to talk about this part, which is also important. Midjourney could easily stop its step by exploiting a plaintiff's intellectual property. Midjourney controls what copyright content it selects, copies, and includes it in its image services. It has means to implement protection measures to prevent ongoing copying, public display, and distributing of plaintiff's works. Midjourney already has a place in the technological measures to prevent the distribution and public display of certain images, artworks such as violence or nudity, and other AI image and video generated services as insinuated copyright protection measures that recognize and protect the rights of content creators like Disney and Universal. These are really available measures, can be implemented in at least two ways. First, by rejecting the prompts that requested display or download of plaintiff's copyright characters, and second, by using technology by screen for infringing images inputs. So that's what they want. They want them to, like, pretty much, Midjourney does have the ability, hey, as soon as I want Batman to do this, blocked, or I know it's not Disney, but let's just do this. Spider-Man, I want Spider-Man to jump off a bridge and he's gonna swing or something like that, right? Blocked, because it says Spider-Man. So in something like that, they could easily implement that, where like they could stop that, and they could stop like using these images, just like these right here. They could stop people to making these kind of things, and they could implement some protections to stop using these, you know, images. But also, I'm also looking at this lawsuit. It's gonna go beyond just the big companies. I think the big companies is the first big step, and obviously the smaller artists who be like, hey, I want you to block my name being used in Midjourney, because you guys don't know, some people in Midjourney use, like, for example, the Studio Ghibli was actually trending for the wrong reasons, because people were making Studio Ghibli AI generated images of their art style. Now with this, they could possibly go to a point where, like, hey, you have to block everything that says Studio Ghibli in the prompt. You can no longer use it. It will be blocked. You can't even make the image. It'll get it in an error of some kind. But here's where like Disney has a problem. I'm just gonna say Disney, to keep it simple, has a problem with Midjourney. Another one, Midjourney offers, maintains an interactive website in this district, which is California, you know, and purposely directs its business activities here. Midjourney charges fees for subscribers in this district, and then makes available through downloads and public display infringing copies, derivatives of the plaintiff's copyrighted works in the district. Further, to purchase and use Midjourney image services, residents of this district must create an account provided by Midjourney with their address. Midjourney accepts payment from residents of this district to use its image services. Once the subscriber's account is created in the district, Midjourney necessarily knows that the particular user resides in the district, and therefore chooses to direct its business activities distributing and public display of infringement copies of plaintiff's copyrighted work in this district. But if you continue, guys, it says right here, Midjourney specifically targeted this district by hiring at least one employee in Los Angeles, California, which is in this district. So there you go. That's how I like connecting everything, guys. But they're actually using the CEO words against him, pretty much, because it's right here. Midjourney further targets artists, users involved in a commercial art project, a community that includes many of human creative professionals that Disney and Universal have and continue heavily invest in. Particularly, Midjourney CEO David Holtz stated in Forbes interview that Midjourney has a famous character designer using its product. Holtz further opined that entertainment industry will use systems like Midjourney to try to cut costs, and that some people will try to cut artists out. Not only Disney and Universal have employed numerous creative professionals in this district, but Los Angeles surrounding area is known the hub for a global creative community. DreamWorks alone employs approximately 750 artists and 3D animators in the Glendale campus. Midjourney image services is built off of decades of work for Disney, Universal, and broader Los Angeles creative community. So to me, this is pretty much saying that Disney and Universal are like, no, we are employing human artists. We are not trying to, like, you know, exploit people or to fire people. They want to use AI to a certain point, but they don't want to completely replace the human artist. That's what kind of tells me right here. Let me know what you guys think about this part, because that's what it kind of tells me. That's why they're like, this is how many people we have hired already to work for this program, or like this brand like DreamWorks. Like it says, alone employs 750 artists. You know, that's kind of thing. So they're saying, no, we're not trying to replace the artists or anything like that. We have a lot of these artists that depend on us to create these amazing works, and well, Midjourney is harmful for this kind of stuff. So let me know what you guys think about this part. I feel like this is where it's kind of telling me, but I could be wrong. Let me know. So the next of this section, guys, is just a factual background of each of these properties that they own. So they broke down some examples of like how much money they made, what characters they own, etc. So that's what this whole section is about. But I'll leave in the description below this whole document, guys, so you guys can read it yourself. But that's literally what the whole thing is about, because that section, what it's called, well, is the factual background. Disney and Universal have created and own some of the most popular movies and television character shows of all time. You can see it's just a little background of what they do, the Star Wars characters, the Marvel characters, the Simpsons, the Pixar's, and etc. That's what the whole section is about. So if you guys want to read that, you guys are more welcome to. So this section right here is pretty much talking about the subscription base that Midjourney offers. Because this right here, Midjourney was founded in 2021 by David Halls, and its chief executive officer. Midjourney develops, operates, and sells its generative AI services, including AI image service. Midjourney successfully enterprise has surpassed $200 million in revenue in 2023 and reportedly made $300 million in revenue in 2024, despite the company's relatively short existence. Midjourney had nearly 21 million users as of September 2024. So again, we're talking about like how much money they're making about copyright infringement. Now, like I said on my previous video, people can make fan art, right, to a certain point, right? It could be anybody, any company to a certain point could make fan art. They could sell that fan art even though it's quote unquote illegal. But a company will not come after you unless you're making thousands to $1 million of money off said their property, right? So for example, if I make fan art, I make like, let's say $1,000 of an art show that I sold this like print, stickers, whatever of said fan art, most likely they won't come after me. It's not even worth it for them. The court cost will be more than $1,000 to a point. Now, but if someone's making this much money, aka $200 million in revenue, and then it's jumped to $300 million in revenue and may go up and further as the years go on, they're like, hey, hell no, you're not making money off our images, our copyrighted characters. You got to take this down. So this is when it started offering subscription services. It happened on April 3rd, 2025. Midjourney launched version 7 of an image service. Midjourney's image service is a commercial service. Currently, subscribers can access the image service by signing up for subscription by Midjourney's website. This is what they offer: monthly price, annual, and pretty much go on from there. So this is $10, $30, $6 to $120, guys. Like this was pretty much give you like, I guess, the runtime, relax CPU, unlimited, purchase extra GPU time for hours, etc. So this is just kind of like breaking down the subscription kind of thing. And then usage rights, general commercial rights. Oh, sorry, general commercial terms, not right terms. I always say rights, but as you can see, they're like, what rights do copyright own? They own nothing. Like they're just like, what? AI does not own any copyright rights that I know of right now. Yeah, as of right now, they don't own any copyright rights, I believe. So it's right here. The law seems to agree with this view. The only creator is the AI itself developed the image. So it's the author, but AI author cannot hold copyright. Thus, AI art is ineligible for copyright registration. So they can't copyright AI as right now. In this section, guys, it's pretty much going to show, well, as it says right here, the examples below confirm that Midjourney directly produces images output infringing on plaintiff's copyright characters. So this whole section right here, guys, is pretty much showcasing like characters that they use within Midjourney, and you know, obviously the Disney characters. So example on the right, as it said right here, Midjourney constantly and accurately reproduces, publicly display, and distribute copies, derivatives of characters of Disney Star Wars franchise. So subscribers, in response to simple requests, offer refer as a prompt asking as to see Yoda with a lightsaber, IMAX. Midjourney accesses the data about Disney copyrighted works that is stored by the image service and reproduced public display, made available for download for the copies of Disney Yoda shown in a screenshot. So pretty much that's what they wrote, and it created this pretty much. Now, throughout this whole section, they use different examples like stormtroopers, obviously C-3PO, R2-D2, I forgot the names for a second, Darth Vader, and it's pretty much just showcasing like a lot of different kind of like Star Wars to The Simpsons right here, guys, and it goes to obviously the Marvel characters. As you can see, it's like it's getting like higher quality. I ain't gonna lie, but in every single part, it's just to show you an example of like the prompt is Iron Man flying action photo, and it made this, but it, you know, it's taken from this, that kind of thing. So it's like literally 1-to-1 for them, or it's getting close to 1-to-1, and they're like, yeah, no, this ain't gonna fly, pretty much. That's what this whole section is about, guys. Like I said, I'll leave in the description below if you guys want to see the whole section of what Disney or like what they use for examples. For example, another one that says Deadpool 33mm portrait. So there it is right there. And yeah, we're gonna just go a little quickly on this part, guys. As you guys get the idea, with like Spider-Man, we got Hulk, we got Groot, we got, I guess, the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like I said, this one they decided to make all of them as raccoons. Buzz Lightyear, the one we saw. Which is this one? Lightning McQueen. And this one's Wall-E, Sully, as you can see. That's just okay. Asla and other properties from there. Aladdin. Yeah, as you can see, it's just a bunch of examples. Spider-Man with Spider-Man. Like, damn, dude. They literally went through every, well, not every property, but they tried to break down everything they could. So they give it like so many examples of what Midjourney does and how easy it is for them to reproduce of their own properties, pretty much. So that's literally like the whole point of this part. But when you guys remember, this section right here, it only showcases they actually write the name of the character to create the prompt. So remember that, guys. There's a section later on of this document that actually, it gets worse for Midjourney in my opinion, but we'll get to that point. So remember what I said, guys. On the first part, it kind of showcased like almost 1-to-1, especially when you name the character. So on this part, they show a little bit more examples how it pretty much takes a scene from a movie and recreates it and makes it, I guess, in its own way, but not really. Because here's an example of Midjourney version 6, Thanos Infinity War, 2018 screenshot from a movie, a scene 4K Blu-ray, and like the size for the image. As you can see, the images from like from the left is from the movie, from the right is from the AI. But this is not the part that where I want to talk about. This is the part where I want to talk about, because this is, I think, is more like, looks really bad on Midjourney in my opinion, because this is right here. Furthermore, Dr. Marcus and Mr. Sutton noted that Midjourney generated images infringing plaintiff's copyrighted works, even when the prompt did not ask Midjourney from plaintiff's specific character, as stated in research paper in response to Dr. Marcus. Mr. Sutton's prompt: yellow 3D cartoon character with goggles and overalls. Version 6.0, like the size of the image. Midjourney accesses the data about Universal's copyrighted works that is stored by the image services that generated the following output that copies Universal's Minions characters from the Despicable Me franchises. So in this part, they don't even mention the character's name, and it still made the characters pretty much from the movie. And it's like, they didn't even wrote Minions, they didn't wrote anything. Literally says right here, yellow 3D character with goggles and overalls, and it pretty much made a almost 1-to-1, not really, but very close to the Minions. It's like, that does not look good. The same thing with The Simpsons, popular 90s animated cartoon with yellow skin, and it just made The Simpsons. Damn, that is not good, because again, they didn't wrote anything about The Simpsons. They just wrote 90s cartoon with yellow skin. It didn't try to create anything original, anything new. It was just a copy. So this is what I mean. It's a problem, even though the sound looks really weird, but you get the idea. And when you kind of come further down, black armor with a light sword, moving screen cap. Guess what? It made this right. Because you guys don't know, sometimes when you make a image on Midjourney, it gives you not one. It doesn't give you just one image. It gives you 4 images. That's where you could request, I believe, the higher quality of the image of which one you want to use, or continue developing it, I guess you could say. But yeah, as you continue on, in response to the what was it? Oh yeah, here we go. A single word prompt screen cap. Midjourney access data Disney infirmary works. Just for writing screen cap, it made these. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. And it goes even further. Popular movie screen cap. Original Midjourney version 6. Oh, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. And a Toy Story animated toys. It didn't create anything original. It didn't try to create anything new. It just made Toy Story. Continue on. This one, however, it's like a little bit further apart, but it still gives you R2D2 and C3PO. It says protocol droid from classic sci-fi movie, and it made these. Now this one right here is, I don't know if it's some, I don't think it's from like Star Wars or anything like that, but everything else is like, okay, yeah, that is for sure. Like, it's just copying Star Wars. It doesn't create anything new. It's really slop. It really is. It's, oh my god, this one right here, when I read this, it's funny. Man in Rose with a light sword, movie screen cap. And this next section is pretty much checking out, like, well, not only have like people are like be able to create this kind of stuff, we're allowed to check out their history of like looking at the images. What I mean by that is pretty much on this section of Midjourney, you can find other images that people already created, so it pretty much saves them, so people could just like, oh, let me explore, as I said right here, Midjourney Explore, let me explore Iron Man, and it showcases all the images that Midjourney made so far of Iron Man, and that is a big problem. And so they're just showcasing all the examples of like Deadpool, Spider-Man, Hulk, and you know, Groot, and you get the idea. It's like it's storing up and saving these images in their pretty much servers, and it's like that is not okay to do. Like, even I didn't know about this, by the way. It literally saves all their copyright images for anybody to gain at any point at any time. And if the person did not create these prompts, they could just look into these prompts and get these images and use them for themselves in any way they want. So yeah, that's literally what this whole point part is. It's like they're like, what? You know, like, are you serious? Like, I'm talking, look at all of this, guys. I didn't know this existed, guys. I didn't know that they had a store area where they could explore a set character and they could like just copy paste even further. Like, this is crazy to me. That is insane, and I'm happy that Disney and other big companies are going after Midjourney, because that's utterly goddamn messed up. Because and not just the big companies, man. This is just examples of these companies' products. We're not looking at examples of other famous artist style and like looking up the store images that people created for those like examples of those famous artist style. You know what I mean? That it goes even way beyond that, and they're saving it that anybody could access to it. That is not okay. That is not okay. Because in this part right here says, by maintaining a publicly display infringing copies of plaintiff's copyrighted works on the Explore page, Midjourney is advertising its ability to reliably reproduce plaintiff's copyrighted works for its subscribers. Midjourney Explorer's gallery also demonstrates that Midjourney subscribers use Midjourney to view and download copies of plaintiff's copyright works. Why is there a big problem? Well, in this part it says Midjourney's Explorer page manifests expresses intention and desire to attract Midjourney subscribers and increase revenues by exploiting the availability of infringing plaintiff's content and the ability to reliably reproduce plaintiff's copyright works for subscribers. And Midjourney further encourages infringement by publicly displaying the prompts used to generate the images Midjourney displays onto Explore page, which encourage Midjourney subscribers to attain similar results to those they find in the gallery. So pretty much like these images that people use like for prompts, they could just Midjourney power just reuse those images that generates for people who are just writes a similar prompt, and I was like, oh, we're just giving the same image. That kind of thing. That's how I read it. Let me know if I'm wrong about that, but that's how I read it. But yeah, they're also even going after Reddit. This right here, one Reddit user posted image of Battle Damage Stormtrooper. As you can see, the Battle Damage Stormtrooper. Yeah, they're going after everything, not just the Discord, their website, and even their Reddit, guys. Because in this part it says right here, Midjourney's infringement of plaintiff's copyrighted works is a well-documented feature of its image services. Several websites, Reddit threads, and online posts confirm that Midjourney subscribers are drawn to Midjourney due to the ability to infringe plaintiff's copyrighted works. So this is all like they're trying to get their other customer base pretty much. So not just be on their website, not just be on the social, they're using everything in their power to obviously get more subscribers, to get more people to use their program. And well, yeah, they're going after Redditors. Like, not Redditors though, but you get the idea. Like they're going after even like they're using Reddit. Like, hey, if you're using Reddit to trying to get more customers, because here's some examples like Minions, Deadpool, Wolverine, Shrek. That looks really weird, man. Holy hell. Deadpool. They use a lot of Deadpool examples. Darth Vader, obviously. Yoda. Yeah, this literally this whole section is all like Reddit examples, pretty much, guys. Except for the Snow White one, because it comes from an article. Additionally, in an article of a popular website, Medium, titled "Recreating Classic Disney 1930s Style Animation with Midjourney AI." User Instant AI provided samples prompts for Midjourney to generate copies of Disney's copyrighted works, including Snow White. In response to one of these prompts, Midjourney accessed the data. Obviously, this is where it got the data from, man. It got it from us. Anyway, so this one right here was used in an article. And if you guys have seen this before, you know, the top 10 fighting games, the top 10 characters of this year, actually, let's go even further beyond. I don't know why I say Goku reference. I don't know why I said that. But let me show you an example why like this is also getting a little bit crazier, because I don't know if you guys have ever seen this on YouTube, because I know you guys have seen this before. Avengers in the 1950s, super, I don't know, vision, whatever. Let me go full screen for this, guys. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. And so as you can see, like this is an example of like the Avengers in 1950s, but this is all used by AI. This is so weird. This is like very disturbing to me personally. But yeah, that's how like it will look in the 1950s. Now, this was done 9 months ago, and it almost has 1 million views, guys. Like, I don't know if this got copyrighted or not, but like, damn, dude, they got paid if this was not copyrighted. Continuing, as a further evidence that users are drawn to Midjourney image services because it distributes infringing copies of plaintiff's copyright characters, there are now marketplaces and forums where users exchange tips on how to use the service to download and variety images featuring plaintiff's copyright characters. These marketplaces and forums are, as well as articles, social media, and other postings discussed above, demonstrate how strong public desire to use Midjourney's commercial images service as search for reproductions of characters and plaintiff's copyright works. So it just pretty much talking about how people are making money off of this. Just keep it simple. But in this part right here, it's talking about Midjourney chooses not to take any reasonable measures to prevent further copyright infringement. Midjourney could stop or at least minimize its ongoing copyright infringement. Specifically, in addition to discontinuing its large-scale infringement of the copyright works to train models, Midjourney could readily implement copyright protection measures to prevent limited infringement outputs. Midjourney already uses technical measures to prevent generation of. Midjourney already uses technical measures to prevent the generation of certain content. For example, Midjourney subscribers submit prompts asking for images with violence or nudity. Midjourney protection measures can cause a response to say, "Sorry, the AI moderator is unsure about this prompt and may not meet our community guidelines. Sorry, or our AI moderation might have gotten confused. Please try a different one. An example of this below is shown below." So you can see right here it says, "Sorry, the AI cannot make that." So what they're saying is like, if you guys could do that, you guys could also do that for copyright material. When someone writes an image, well, one, take away all the images that, you know, that has like copyright material, but also if someone's name's like, "I want Spider-Man to do this," it should have the same thing. The AI moderator said, "I cannot do that because it is copyrighted. We do not own the rights to it," or something. Examples. So like they could do it. They could easily do it, but they're choosing not to do it. So Midjourney just shot themselves in the foot, in my personal opinion, because they have ways to protect that. They will have ways to stop that, but decided not to do it. So I'm very curious of what they're gonna respond. Of Midjourney's response to this is like, well, you see, because it even goes further. Here are the list of the 4 categories of prompts that Midjourney does not allow: content that disrespects, harms, or misleads about public figures or events, hate speech, or explicit or real-world violence, nudity, or overly sexualized images that might be considered culturally insensitive. So those are some of the things we could add a 5. Like, hey, content that we do not own the rights to. They can easily do that. I think that's another reason why they want to stop this, because their new service is coming very soon of Midjourney, of what it seems, because it says right here, given that Midjourney's image services was trained on Plantain's copyrighted works without authorization and unubnix. I'm sorry if I said that so wrong. My bad, guys. I won't say unknown. The plaintiff, is likely that Midjourney is currently training its forthcoming video services of plaintiff's copyright works. That's why they want to stop, because even videos is gonna be all do more harm than good, in my personal opinion. But for them, it's like no, because, well, that's more money lost for them. Because continuing, Midjourney's planned video service would only enhance Midjourney's ability to distribute infringing copies, reproduction, and derivatives of plaintiff's copyright works. Midjourney unlawful conduct has caused and will continue to cause substantial irreparable harm to plaintiffs if not enjoined. Plaintiffs exercise their exclusive rights to exploit and license or not to license its characters into their property, develop selected markets for their copyrighted works. Midjourney observes plaintiffs' control over the exercise of their exclusive rights in the copyrighted works, infringing the plaintiff's exploited license strategies. Oh, I had to read this part right here. Midjourney is also contributing to consumer confusion regarding what is lawful, what is not lawful, by misleading its subscribers to believe that Midjourney's massive copying and countless infringing images generated by its image services are somehow authorized by plaintiffs. So they're kind of like, oh, we actually do have permission. And in reality, they don't. But like, I get that's like kind of like how their marketing strategy is. Like, no, you're good. So this is what like they're asking from the pretty much from Midjourney. As a direct proximate result of Midjourney's infringement, plaintiffs are entitled to damages and Midjourney profits in amount according to proof. Alternatively, at the election, plaintiffs are entitled to certain damages up to $150,000 per infringement work by virtue of Midjourney's willful infringement, or for such other amounts made proper under 17 USC 504. That is a lot of money. It's like, at first I was like, they're only asking for 150,000. No, but that's per infringement work, guys. You know how much work Midjourney has made in the past, what, 4 years of copyright material? Bruh. And of course, they're also asking for Midjourney to pay their attorney fees and full costs of pursuit of 17 USC 505. But like, hey, we're suing you, we're gonna spend a lot of money, but you better pay that back. You better pay us back after that. Obviously, a lot of people do that, but yeah, damn. Midjourney is gonna go bankrupt if this actually goes through and they lose this lawsuit. And guess what? They're demanding a jury trial, guys. Yep, they want a trial. They don't want a simple, like, the judge make a decision. Nah, they want a trial. They want people to look into this and make the decision. They want the people to decide. They don't want a full judge to decide. They want the people. So this right here pretty much breaks down everything of like the characters and all that, of like, you know, copyright and, you know, examples, etc. There's a lot. All right, there is a lot. But as you can see, there's like the Simpsons. Oh my god, Boss Baby, which I'm surprised that it became a big brand. But anyways, Hiccup, Toothless. Like, there's just so many, guys. There's just so many characters that it's gonna be insane. But this could go to jury, guys. That's the big thing. I want this to be a televised jury, by the way. Why? It'd be great content, by the way. It'd be very great content. Two, like I said, this is a big deal. Like, this is a big deal in a creative field, pretty much, because this could literally stop a lot of AI companies from exploding, of like of taking advantage of copyright material. Like, this could literally stop this. Now, it could just mostly gonna stop the big companies, maybe not the small artists, but they will actually have a better fighting chance if they win. If Disney wins, to be like, you could obviously showcase like this example of like, this is why this AI program is like taking advantage of my copyright law, my copyright characters or something like that. You know what I mean? This is insane. This is awesome, but this could also be bad. Why? Well, Midjourney could win. That's a possibility. That is a possibility, because if Midjourney wins, this is a big win for AI. This is a big win for AI companies, especially who are working on this type of field. They're gonna boom even further beyond, like way. It's gonna explode even further. You think this is bad the way things are now? Oh, if they lose this, AI is gonna go insanely even bigger. But we'll see. On one end, this could be the end of AI to a certain point, not the whole thing, by the way. We're just talking about the creative field. We're not talking about AI in other fields. I'm not talking about that. But in the creative field, it can literally stop the whole thing for the most part. Or on the other side, it can actually boom AI. So this right here is pretty much just sent a letter about this lawsuit to the person, David Holtz, Chief Executive Officer, Midjourney Incorporated. So it's just pretty much a letter from each of these companies telling them what's going on, what Midjourney is doing wrong, and how well they are suing them. And below the letter, just showcase some examples of why they are concerned about their property and, you know, the characters and stuff like that. But yeah, it's literally from everybody. It's just examples of different companies. The first one was Disney. The second one was Universal. So it's just, they're just like kind of like letting him know what's going on, pretty much. So there you go, guys. So that is literally like not the whole thing, guys. I try to like summarize the best I can, or try to find the most important parts. Probably missed some stuff because again, there's 143 pages in total. So let me know what you guys think, guys. This is insane. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be bad. I'll leave in the description below of the whole thing, guys, so you guys can read it yourselves. And let me know. I'll leave you. Love to hear you guys' opinion about all this. Hit the like, subscribe. I know it's probably a long video, but I try to make it as short as possible. But yeah, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I have a lot more content coming up for you guys very soon. Our fighters coming soon. We got more vlog videos of like the content I've been working on, and I'm excited. And yeah, you know what? This is why I feel more proud that I do more original work than fan art, even though I do fan art here and there for art shows. But I'm mostly like I'm really proud that I do more original stuff, because yeah, I don't have to worry about any of this. You know what I mean? About copyright material to a certain point, right? That's how I feel. But anyways, hit the like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll break down everything on all my videos are timestamped. So this video will be timestamped. As long as it is, it will be timestamped. So there you go. All right, peace out. What's up? See you guys on the next one. Whoop.